Live from the Midwest Property Management Studios at Lawrence, Kansas, it's In the Apartment with Eric Hastert. And now, your host, Eric Hastert.
Here we are again, everybody. We've got another special episode here in the apartment with me, Eric Hastert, aka Santa Claus. Yes, it is championship week. We have two of the big dogs in the league. I know that says four, but I mean two. We got two big dogs in the league here in the apartment. One of them for the first time. It's going to be a crazy week. These two really hate each other. They want to cut each other's dicks off and serve them to the dogs. Let's bring out our first contender in this corner, Andrew Big Dog Simon. Simon has been to the championship 3 times. He's also won it 1 time. That's pretty impressive.
It is, thank you.
Yeah. Our other contender in this corner, he's also been to the championship 3 times. He's also won it 1 time. He's back for more. Let's bring him out, redhead, Dustin Fogg. Santa Claus. I am Jesus.
Yeah, you also have AIDS, it appears.
Yes.
Yes, you look very ho-ho homeless.
A lot of cocaine, Okay, anyways. Well, boys, it's championship week.
It is, yes.
I mean, you've tasted this before.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys nervous?
Nope. It's
No?
good to be home.
You know, it's like one of those things when you do something so many times, it's second nature. Like, I don't get nervous like pooping in public places because,
Just do it all the
I've just
time.
been there, done that.
It's like masturbating when you're working on the sideline of an NFL game.
Oh, yeah.
Natural.
Yeah, that guy, pretty sneaky pool pocket. The Chargers guys, that you're talking about right here?
Yes.
Yeah, he masturbated.
LaDainian and Pomlinson.
Yeah, I mean, we're here because we weren't jacking around during the season.
No jacking around here.
Celibacy.
Yeah, he's in quite the sticky situation.
So, making it this far was not easy, especially last week for both of these guys. Simon taking on the 1 seed, Dustin taking on the 2 seed. We'll look over here at Simon. You took on Brady. He had to buy 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
You beat him. Monday Night Barn Burner.
Yeah, not bad for his first time in 6 years in the playoffs. So
Yeah, I think that was his
had
first.
to teach him a little lesson
Yep.
about what it's like, what it takes to become a champion, so he'll maybe have a better idea of that next year.
That was Brady's first appearance in the playoffs, I believe, and what do you know? 0-1. 0-1. You don't belong there. But yeah, what was it? 2 points? 1.5 points?
1.5.
1.5 points. But you sat Brandon Cooks.
Yes, I did.
That's
Been setting him for a while, so he's been pretty terrible. So.
He has been doing terrible, but what
Just
do you
my
know?
luck. Just my luck.
Yep, luck. What do you know? Fucking 33
It's always
points
luck.
on his bench. But you won.
I did.
You're in the championship. It's Christmas. Everyone's happy. Let's go over here to Gingerbread Man. Number 6 seed taking on Mitch, the number 2 seed. What you won by like 20. Let's hear it. What happened?
Hey, I was never in question. One-sided pounding. I'm the hammer, but more so than that, we've been saying this since the beginning. When a baby pops out of a pussy, you're done.
You're done. No one should have babies during fantasy season. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know why if you take this serious, why you would position yourself in a way that would hinder your success. You know, like I have no plans of having children, maybe ever. Definitely not during fantasy football season.
Yes, that is the biggest mistake. I mean, look at A-Ray's team. He finished last, and he had a child this whole season.
I know he's the new guy. You know, you'd think you'd want to have a strong introduction, but instead he just took up Gantz's spot right at the bottom.
Yep. You know, he's having a baby too.
I know. Well, he knew his role before he got out. He knew without the baby, he still was awful.
Still terrible, but it's not going to look good for you future seasons here, Mitch. The baby is going to bring you down, tear you down piece to piece. Jesus, let's go back. I want to talk about Brady for a second. Big head Brady. You know, he finally made the playoffs. He loses. You think this could continue?
You know, I think it can. He's got a nice keeper and Ezekiel Elliott there that'll keep him getting some easy points week to week for many years to come. Interesting trade between him and Mitch earlier. I thought both their teams actually got worse, and I think it showed its true colors of how good that trade was this last week.
Really, I mean, I think it was more good for Brady. He did get Melvin.
Maybe a little bit.
He did get Melvin Gordon, and what did Mitch get? He got a running back who was dropped from the Seahawks.
And a future injured AJ Green.
A future injured AJ Green. That is very true. I tried to trade for him, but it did not work out.
It didn't work out for you, even without AJ Green. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I was thinking keepers. You know, I was thinking next year. I was thinking ahead. I knew I was done. I'm planning for next year.
I seem to recall a lot of bitching and complaining for someone who knew they were already out of the playoffs.
I do recall that.
Yeah. I was very close. If you would have beat Hack, I think I would have been in the playoffs and I would have won the first round.
Well, I think I addressed this. I'm playing checkers. Everybody else is. I said that wrong.
Everybody else is playing chess.
I'm playing checkers. That's why I had a 6-9 record. But I'm here, and none of you guys are either.
He's here. He's queer.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
We would. I'm gonna have a good Christmas.
What a festive saying.
I don't have to worry about fantasy football anymore.
But before we do that, are we gonna let Brady know that this was all big joke, that we're gonna let him make the playoffs?
It's time to let the cat out of the bag.
We should tell him for sure.
So sorry, Brady. This went right over your head, but we all decided we were gonna have this competitive season. You know, let the crippled kid get in on the dodgeball game before we ultimately just use him like a fucking
human
fuck
shield
toy and then just throw him to the side.
We really wanted to have a tournament of champions, but you have to have 6 people in the playoffs, so we had to throw somebody else in, and he just seemed like the best one to throw in. Never being.
It's kind of like when you pick the fat kid in a sport just so that he doesn't commit suicide.
Or sit under.
He's that fat kid.
It's kind of like Carrie, when they put her on stage like she's the prom queen, and then they just dump blood on her.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Sam.
I like the blood in that movie. It's pretty cool. So let's actually talk about the other teams who were in the playoffs. That was Alex Hackathorn. Somehow he made the playoffs. We do not know how. His team's got awful.
Yeah, I think he still has all my keepers from 3 or 4 years ago. So.
Yes, and they're bad. I mean, Hack's team really needs to reevaluate everything. I will give him some credit, though, for making it to the playoffs. That was pretty bold. I didn't think that was going to happen.
I mean, it surprised me. Brady making it was obviously, planned, of course. Alex sneaking in, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah, I guess so. And then Caleb. Caleb made the playoffs again and just shit the bed, right? I mean, he's been doing it all season, though, right?
And Dustin knows a thing or two about shit in the bed. So.
Yeah, if you need advice on anything about shitting in beds or cleaning blood out of sheets, I know a guy.
I know a guy, too. He kind of looks like you. But yeah, Caleb all season, he was up and down. He was never really consistent. He never really put up a lot of points, but somehow he still made the playoffs. God damn it. And then I think our first one out was Brian.
Ooh, I don't even know where to start with Brian.
2016 scoring champ.
Yeah, this is true, but he didn't even make the playoffs.
No, he did not.
He did not.
Pretty remarkable. You got to be pretty bad to score the most points and not make the playoffs.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, Brian.
I kind of liken it a little bit to a hobo version of the Patriots when they went undefeated and then lost, the most important game of the season. Because that's what happened to him. His destiny was in his own hands. He just had to win the last game, and he lost.
But he couldn't do it.
I wonder if his girlfriend's pregnant. He just doesn't know yet. That would make a lot more sense.
We need to look into this. This could be a scientific breakthrough in fantasy football and babies.
There's
No.
correlation,
Don't
and
have
it's
that.
uncanny.
Yeah, it's very bad. Do not have children.
I mean, I have a baby right here on the table, so.
Yep. These are the babies that you guys have brought with you.
Well, that's the little boy trophy. This is the big kid trophy. This is where the men are, and then this is like the kids' table at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Let's get heated, okay? Let's
A little
calm
bit,
it down a
a
little
little
bit. Let's be civil. We're in the apartment, okay? Who else do we have to talk about? Fucking Dylan.
Oh, Dylan. Yeah, I go over to his house every once in a while and have beers and play some video games, watch some sports.
Finger each other.
Yeah, his asshole is about this big at this point. But sometimes he talks to me about fantasy football, and I just have to be like, "Stop, please. You're talking to a Don. There's nothing that you can say to me that I don't already know."
You can't help anyone in fantasy football. You need to help yourself first, there, Dylan. Don't be going around telling people what to do when you don't know what to
He
do.
grovels at my feet and just is like, "Messiah, please just spare me some information." And so sometimes, he'll pay some money, and I'll give him a little bit of advice.
Is that prostitution? Is that fantasy prostitution, Santa? Mr. Commissioner?
Well,
Is that legal?
Since they're fingering each other, I think it's actual prostitution.
Okay.
So they
it's
might
not-
actually go to
It's
jail.
not when they're both willing, though. I mean, he may have shed a tear or two.
Mhm.
He may have, had a white knuckle grip on the bedpost. But I wouldn't call it prostitution.
No prostitution there. Just fantasy football. Just good old fantasy football advice. I mean, sometimes you got to go to the extremes if you want to be good in this league. Who else haven't we talked about?
We didn't talk about you.
Who?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the one
The commissioner.
pube face over here. Hobo
Has the commissioner ever not made the playoffs before?
I'm thinking I got a Rolodex brain here. Nope.
No, don't think so. Okay.
This is true, but have you ever had a commissioner that's put so much time and dedication into the league like he has right
Sure.
now?
It's crazy though. I
I
love
like the
having-
videos. I like the videos.
I love the
They're very well
videos.
done.
I think it's great. I appreciate being here. It's a true honor to talk down to the peasants that are here. But if you think about it, if you use your time more constructively, researching players, researching your own team, and not doing all this fucking piddly-paddly shit on the side, you might have made the playoffs.
That's true. That is true. It was a pretty disappointing season for me. All my players went to shit. That's all I have to say about that, except for Tom Brady.
Brady Roberts.
Tom Brady, Brady Roberts didn't even help me out this year. It was a terrible keep on my part.
Well, I mean, I kept DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, you did. That was pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Couldn't predict Brock Osweiler's just god awfulness.
No,
Yeah. Didn't see that one coming.
should have. Honestly, I think everyone should have saw that coming.
Probably. And then we kind of already talked about him a little bit, but our newcomer, Alex Ray, I mean, he had a good effort. He made a small comeback there in the middle of the season. But you just got to be better. I mean, now that you've had your first season in this league,
Got a little taste.
you got a little taste of the fucking best right now.
Sack up.
Just a little pre-cum.
Just, put it in your mouth, wash it around,
Can't get
Swallow
pregnant
it.
from that. Can't get pregnant from that. It's
Cannot.
important.
swallow, don't spit. That's what I say.
That's what Christine says.
Whoa, shots fired.
Christine says. But the baby has earmuffs on. It's not a
Carlos.
baby. Baby
Carlos.
Carlos. Chulupa Batman, whatever they're calling him. Her.
Yeah, she
It.
says that.
It, that
We'll
thing.
let it choose its own gender when it's
Yeah, we don't make our children confined to gender roles.
So let's dive into next week a little bit here. Into the biggest game of the year,
All time, I would say.
all time.
I would agree.
Yeah.
The real tournament of champions.
Yes. I mean, right now the projections are 1 point in Simon's favor. Right now, though. Now Dustin has a tight end situation going on. I mean, you might lose your tight end and then you don't have a replacement.
Yeah, and I have no money to replace him. But when you're as good at fantasy football as me, you don't need a tight end.
I mean, I've been starting Jimmy Graham all year, and he's barely a tight end with barely a quarterback throwing to him. So
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
don't really
He's
need
been
one.
Yeah, he's been doing all right as of late. Your biggest star, probably DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, I really hoodwinked Brian on that one.
Hoodwinked.
Yeah, just really pulled the sheets over
Is
his
that where
head.
you like pull your gun out? You're like hoodwinked it?
Yeah, I do that, and then when he pulls the sheet up, my pecker hole's right in front of his
Oh, poke him in the
Glory!
eye.
face. Yes. I was like, hey, bro, why don't you take this injury-prone tight end with a great name, and I'll take your player who you think is on the way out, and I'll also take, at the time, like the number 5 tight end, which he had no idea, and I'm just going to take him from you and run away with it.
Brian thought he was getting a deal for Gronk, but in the end, it was the worst deal you could have ever made. Let's talk about your cowbell, Le'Veon Bell.
Ding dong.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell, who put up 50 points 2 weeks ago.
He did.
He's breaking records left and right.
High point totals.
High,
for Mr.
very
Bell.
high.
Very
He
high.
plays the Ravens this week, I believe.
Yes, it's a little tough matchup. I'm not
It's-
super excited about that.
It's
but
going to be tough for him. I mean, Big Ben should have an okay day, I think. I mean, hopefully. You never know. Big Ben's kind of been struggling. Who are you starting, Jameis or Big Ben?
Well,
Jameis is playing New Orleans.
I was a little worried with Jameis last week. I think he threw 3 interceptions. Didn't look very well. It's comforting to know that he writes letters to his teammates. It's good to know that he can read them, right?
Yeah, it is good.
But I think I'll go with Ben. It's kind of hard to choose between the 2 quarterbacks that beat rape charges, but I'll go the one that beat it the longest time ago.
Okay, and then with a team that's already clinched the NFC, are you going to start Des Bryant?
I think I will. They clinched their division, but they're still fighting for the 1 seed, so I think they'll still be.
They still need to
be
win one?
feeding Dez,
They still need to
It's
win
not,
one.
Not out of reach yet.
Now, DeAndre Hopkins, he had an okay week last week.
Yeah, he had the old Savage man in there, old Tom Savage. Really pumped in the ball, hit 17 targets when it was all said and done. Still going to probably be riding my bench.
Yeah.
Probably going to be riding my bench. Probably take the hot hand of Edelman, keep him in there. And the big question I got is Todd Gurley. I don't know.
Todd Gurley. Who do they play this week? Do you know?
He plays San Francisco.
Oh, shit.
Plays San Francisco. So
You know what happened last week, right? Devontae Freeman had 130 yards and 3 touchdowns against San
There's a
Francisco.
large difference between the skill level of Todd Gurley and Devontae Freeman. It's not in my favor.
Where's this
Also,
game at?
I have no idea.
Because they don't score many touchdowns at home, the Rams.
The
No.
Rams don't score many touchdowns anyway.
Period. That's true.
The Rams suck. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, and it doesn't appear that they're doing any extra effort on getting him the ball. So
No,
at
not
his
really.
2.9 yards per clip average, I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not. But we'll see. We'll see.
All right, before we leave you, let's take a look at the matchup coming up here between these two. Let's take it to the tail of the tape.
It was all my plan. From the start, as the champion, I've been there so many times. I've got to make it interesting. Got to let the peasants get their shot. There was no doubt in my mind I was going to be here from the beginning.
Well, just kind of had a little bad injury luck at the beginning of the year, better than having it be at the end of the year. So I was just really biding my time until my team was healthy, and I think I've been the best team in the league since then.
Yeah, I'm trying this new strategy out where I pick basically suboptimal players, nobody who's actually a star, and seeing how far I can get using B team players. Turns out with the group of guys we got, it's the championship game, man. Soon to be a championship. Number 2 for myself.
He's a defending champ. I was defending champ last year and I missed the playoffs, so I think he's probably going to be pretty terrible like I was last year. So I feel pretty good about this and go and be the first two-time champion of our wonderful league. So this was the Tournament of Champions this year, plus Brady. And I feel like I'm going to be the one on top of it when it's all said and done.
So we're not going to talk about my money because you're going to be sending me a fat $450 check that I won't need to spend on a tight end. I'll be spending it on red panties for Simon's wife.
I honestly couldn't name a single player on this team, so I've only been paying attention to the top of the leaderboard this season, so I don't really know anything about his team. I don't think he has a tight end right now, so I'm not really sure what's going on with this team. I don't think he has a quarterback either. I know he had maybe Brock Osweiler for a while. Sounds right, I don't know.
Simon's playing a bunch of rejects I dropped from my team, Jordan Howard, Jeremy Hill, so it's no wonder he made it this far. Everything I touch turns to gold, so he has the most players that I've used and abused and let go. So congratulations on him. Set him up for victory. I hope the $50 that he gets suffices because the rest of it's going to me.
But I'm not too worried, so it's 2 pretty easy wins earlier this year, so I'm looking forward to another relaxing, easy fantasy football weekend.
Well, it's not even an if, it's just a matter of when I win my second belt. Tight end or not, money or not, the 450's mine.
Well, you know, it's he made it this far, so that's a really nice accomplishment for him. So, you know, he's really lucky to be in this league because of that guy that died back in our first season. He took his spot. So without that, I mean, he really wouldn't be here. So this would really more of a de facto another notch in my championship.
Wow, this is going to be the game of the century right now. Any last words from you two for each other before you kind of face off in the battle to the death?
Go ahead.
You know, I wish you the best. A lot of happiness in this holiday time because you're really going to need it because it's going to be a sad weekend fantasy football-wise for you. Just wish you the best. You had a good run. You had a good reign as champion, but it's time to bring this title back where it belongs.
That's interesting. I'm not worried about it. Simon hasn't seen the things that I've seen. He hasn't experienced the things that I've experienced on the mean streets of Cunningham, Kansas. You know, I've seen shit like
Harold's Place.
Yes, I've seen people litter in public in front of people. I had to do chores, and I didn't get paid for them.
That's slavery.
Built character. Meanwhile, Simon was getting everything he had on a platter for free from his parents. He was an
Not
altar
true.
boy in his church,
That is true.
being anally ravaged,
Not true.
ravaged the blood loss. It was unsurmountable. I'm surprised he survived. Point being, he cannot walk a mile in the champion shoes, and I will bring the title back to my house for the second time.
For the second time. Well, boys and girls, I'm talking to you, Mitch. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be one of the best games I think we have ever seen. I believe there might be a live broadcast on Saturday. That's not confirmed yet, but we'll let you know if that does happen. Before we go, does anyone want to sit on my lap?
Good.
Wouldn't matter, wouldn't feel anything poking up anyway.
All right. Well, that's all we have here for in the apartment with me, Santa Claus, and these two motherfuckers. Hope to see you all this weekend watching the game of the century between redhead Dustin Folk and 3-time winner, not yet, 2-time winner, not yet, just a 1-time winner, Andrew Simon over here. We'll see you all next week for the final episode of In the Apartment. Peace.
Like the table is invisible.
Sometimes things just get really crazy.